What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge and just some nonsense. I missed half the live because I had to run off and answer a phone call, which was a total drag. So I thought I would just come back on here and see who we could get to jump in and, share a little nonsense with me. Eggs, my man, it is good to see you. What is going on? What's up, Brian? Dark Gravity, what's going on? What's going on? Let's see if we can get this a little more. Oh, Penny Ripple, welcome, welcome. Scott N, it's good to see you. Hola, Mr. Marcos. It's nice to have you back. Live after the live. No kidding, no kidding. Hey, Neil, how you doing? It's nice to see you. This is completely disorganized. I have nothing in particular to talk about, although I did, the holidays are upon us. And I wanted to share something that I learned watching this group, this community, last year, particularly when we were all sort of bound up. It's difficult because people really want to celebrate this time of year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. But I wanted to point out that for a lot of us, this time of year isn't great. And I think it's important to remember for those of us in the community that as we are, throwing our celebratory stuff up, that not everybody is that happy this time of year. And that's when things like this community can really come together and make a huge difference, right? Making sure that you do the lives, making sure that we put out content, making sure that we're sharing our knives and our lives and our bits and pieces over on Instagram. That's important because for the people that don't have somewhere to be or don't have great family or, whatever is going on in their lives, having something like this to land on can be a huge deal. I think it's important. I just wanted to share how great I think this community at large is. It is just rife with kindness and thick with compassion. And I think that's important. And I'm happy to be a part of it. I think we both are for that reason. So I just wanted to come on here, and I'm not going to be this serious the whole time. But I just wanted to remind you guys that if you are feeling crappy, you're not alone. That if this time of year is hard for you, you're not alone. And forgive me, but what you've done, the end of that conversation over on Women Carry Knives Live brought out the therapist in me. This is what I do. And I wanted to take a minute and just tell you guys that part, that it's a shitty time. I never enjoyed the holidays until recently in my life. Brought something new to the party for me in a way that I had not experienced before, which also is important because it means that even if it sucks right now, it won't change down the road. So, okay, enough heavy stuff. We love you guys. The reason that we stick around, the reason that we do this, we love knives, but the main reason is because you guys, right?
And several of them have reached out here and there.
Yeah, no, it's no question. That's what I mean.
I mean, feel free. Sometimes I may be at work.
Yeah, right.
So I may not be able to talk right away. I have to put my old lady glasses on.
So I took mine off just so I'd look cool for this part of the.
Over there. I don't care if I look cool or not. Cool. All the cool people wear glasses. Can I have coffee? I'm so tired.
Where's your coffee?
Isn't it over
That's
here?
It right there.
This is mine?
Yeah, because mine's over there.
That is mine.
Look at that.
Huh?
So let's see. What are people talking about? Oh, Jason Brown, you're welcome. Look, and that's the thing. And what she just said is important. Listen, some of you may have noticed I'm not that chatty during the week, particularly on Instagram and stuff. I do love to hear from you guys, and I don't mind responding. But during the week, my life, because of what I do for a living, is absorbed with that. And so I tend to save my responses for the weekends when it's my time.
So Brian mentioned something interesting. He said he's seen a therapist, but he suggested that he find another one because he doesn't feel he's enough. So the one thing that Pete always says when you're looking for a therapist, I'm the type, If I walk in and I see somebody in a 3-piece suit, like whether it's a man or a woman, I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. I want somebody who's going to be laid back, who's going to talk to me just like we're talking to you guys right now, right? Like they're your friend.
So I'm going to show a knife while we do this, just because it's a knife channel. Here's the thing. Therapists are like any other service. We are service providers. We're not magic. We're not mystics. We're not special. We're just people with a skill in one way or another. When you are looking for a therapist, shop those fuckers like you're looking for a new car. Test drive it. Test the edges of it. Rock in the seats, push on the dashboard, all that stuff. Kick the tires. Your therapist has to fit you.
And don't ever be afraid to tell
Walk
your
out.
therapist, it's not working. I need to find
You
somebody
don't know them
else.
shit. You don't know, as a therapist, clients don't owe me anything. I owe them my best. But if my best isn't what they need, it is then my responsibility to help them find a therapist that is for them.
Wow, Jason.
What'd I miss?
Jason said, 3 years ago, I lost my sister to suicide right before Christmas. My best friend to murder right before Christmas. Last year was a COVID outbreak at Christmas, and we lost my mother-in-law. So Christmas is not.
So like I said, this time of year is really hard for people. And here's the tough thing. Our culture, everybody wraps themselves up in the joy of the season. It's pumped out of speakers everywhere we go. Everything we do is aimed at making us feel like we're supposed to be in this great space.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is. In fact, many people aren't. So if you aren't, don't be afraid to separate yourself from it. Be like, I'm just not doing this shit this year, and go watch horror films or whatever it is that makes you feel better.
I like horror films.
Me too. Or play with your knives. Do your hobby. Whatever that is. But when someone says, well, you have to because...
No, you don't.
You tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Now, on Instagram the other day, I posted something which I think is really important. Everybody in this room has heard the phrase, and it comes up a lot this time of year, so I'm just going to repeat it, that blood is thicker than water, and you need to be with it. No, that's not the quote. Right?
Hey, Beaver. Brian, I'm sorry to hear that, my dear. That's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah.
It's hard. I get it. I understand. We've all been in that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm moving my mouse and I'm trying to move it on your screen, but
it's never going to work.
It's not going to work over there. But yeah, you guys, please don't ever be worried about reaching out to somebody. Talk to somebody, There's always somebody that's going to talk to you and be willing to listen. And maybe they can help out in some way or another, even if it's just an ear to listen to you guys, Reach out. It doesn't hurt. And there's always somebody there. Christmas is rough, but all you guys have helped me out so much, which in terms builds me up to be strong for my family. And I'm so thankful for this community. I love all you guys. Jason, we love you too. You've just been so prominent in the community. You're so awesome. All of you guys are.
So now I'm going to give you the full quote. Blood is thicker than water, huh? We're supposed to be with family. That's the rule? No. The full quote is, and I'm going to read it because I want to get it right. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. The actual quote means that the bonds we create by choice are stronger than blood. They are stronger than forced togetherness. Now, doesn't mean you shouldn't love your family. If you do, she's a good one. Did you guys always get along?
Oh, God, no.
Right.
No.
I don't. I love my little sister. She's watching. But the rest of my family, oh, fuck. But I found somebody with a good family, and they invited me in. So I had to be open to that and make room for it. But my point is that if you'd rather spend the holidays with your friends because they make you feel better, or online because it makes you feel better, or in a chat because it makes you feel better, go do that.
And that's my new favorite quote, right? I've been saying that. What would happen if you didn't give up?
Right.
What would happen? There's times where, oh my God, you really, you want to give up. You just want to crawl in a hole. You want to hide. You want to disappear. But if you don't, think of the things that happen when you don't give up, when you persevere, when you push through. Right. It's harder than shit. But you know what? you always come out on the other side better.
What's up, Satisfaction?
And that's the best.
Okay, so that has been the serious portion of the show. I just wanted those of you out there to hear it. Maybe feel supported. Maybe feel that you're okay. Chris has jumped in. For a long time, Chris Luthi is my family. He was the friends that are better than family. He still is. And sometimes friends have a moment, and we did. And then the moment was over, and he was there for me, and I was there for him. Things happen. But man,
Brian, don't apologize, man. Everybody's here for you.
Yeah, dude.
Don't apologize. We're all here for you. That's what's so great about this community.
Somebody recently said that we should always apologize for doing someone else wrong, but never apologize because we think we're taking up space. Yeah. You never have to apologize for being in the room as you are. Wow, I'm really being a therapist.
People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. It's true, though. Everybody comes into your life for one reason or another.
Then that also means it's important to recognize when the person's reason has ended. It's okay to let go.
But that's very true. Some people you may be like really good friends with for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're not friends anymore. Well, they were just in your life for a season.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. Yeah. And Brian, this is family here.
Can be.
This is family here. Everybody here is family. You guys, everybody on this chat.
And
it's just awesome.
He doesn't. And the best part about this is that once you decide, ding dong, knife time. All right. Yeah. Knife time. You guys want to see a really weird knife? Speaking of things, we're going to lighten up a little bit. This is the We Knives Roman. It has a thing on the end. It's just sad. This is very stabby. It's got no clip. It's just a pocket carry. Very cool. It's a top front flipper thing. I know. I'm all over the map. I apologize, you guys. I apologize because I came on here in a very serious state of mind. I heard some of the conversation, and around me, I hear it a lot. And it made me realize I wanted to jump on and just let somebody who needed to hear it know that you're heard and seen.
Yeah. My family's one that brings everybody in on Thanksgiving. If there's nobody around, if they don't have family around, we invite them over, and they come over, and we are their family for the day.
And I have been lucky in my life to have that. The Stein family, who were there for me when nobody else was. The Bradleys, Shannon and Candy Bradley are friends of mine, made room for me on holidays many times. I'll tell you a funny story. So I met Christine. We knew each other in junior high, but we re-met and we started dating, and it happened to be right around Easter. And she said, you want to come over for Easter? And I was like, okay, let's do that. Now, my family is screwed up, but there's only about 3 or 4 of us. It's tiny. There's no big family. It's just a mess. And I said, sure. And I walked into a house. There were 22 people, and everyone wanted to talk to me. And I don't know how to do that. I do now. I'm better at it, but I was able to do it. But because I know myself, I was able to do conversation in chunks. I'd be in the room with everybody for about 10 or 15, 20 minutes, and then I'd have to go sit on the couch quietly for 10 or 15, 20 minutes. And then I would come back, which was weird for them.
Hey, Sue.
But safe for me. Because they were all super nice, like really nice and welcoming, but I'm not used to that. Right. And so I had to figure out how to do that. And they made room for that too, because they're amazing. Well,
in my family, my mother's Asian, so we're half Asian. And, it's kind of like in the Hispanic world also, everybody's invited. If you're inviting your brother's wife, your wife invites her, his wife invites there's everybody. So we've always had really big family get-togethers. And we've always had friends that don't have family around or whatnot.
Yeah. And so they were super open to it. It was amazing. And it's been amazing ever since.
Yeah. He was a little stressed out, Scott. A little bit. He wasn't quite sure what to do. I mean, going from, 3-4 people to 22.
Where are these people talking to me?
And my whole family's just like me. It's kind of like what you see is what you get.
They really are.
Just like I said, I jump on the video today. Do I have makeup on? No. Do I care? No. If you guys don't like it.
Are you still the most beautiful woman in the world? Yes.
If you guys don't like it, then
don't watch.
Don't watch. It's no skin off my back.
Egg says he knows the feeling, right?
Eggs what?
Says he knows the feeling.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing. But then there's a part that I have to play. and this is for you guys listening too. If someone invites you into their setting and they welcome you, then you have to decide whether you can manage that or not, right? Forcing ourselves is not great, but look, I'm a therapist. I knew what to do. I knew how to separate myself from it to give myself a breather so I didn't get overwhelmed. Here's the thing. I'm a dude. We're not supposed to talk about being overwhelmed. We're supposed to just be, I got it. I got this. Except that when I get overwhelmed, I can become, and I know this is going to really be a shock, kind of an asshole.
No.
Right?
No.
And I'm good at it. So I just had to do it right. And, I don't always get it right. I don't always get it 100% right, but we do our best. So that's really what I wanted to share.
Hey, Grumpy Grunt, Matisfaction, Sue, Jason,
What's up,
Chris,
gang?
Eggs.
I know, right?
Push it down. Don't push it down. Let it out.
No, don't push it.
Sometimes we have to go through discomfort to discover new things. And that's true.
Chris's family Chris's family and I, for reason, we're not going to get into it, but we are very different people. And they don't care. They open their door to me. They open their home to me. If I called them tomorrow and said, she kicked me out, I need a place to crash, there'd be a pillow on the couch.
But first they'd laugh.
Right. First they'd laugh.
Yeah.
And they'd call me a moron. But there'd be a pillow on the couch. They're just solid people that way, And what do I learn from that? I learned that the way my family does things, who we were, isn't the way to do things. So my responsibility is to watch the things that do work and learn how to do that and learn how to be that so that when I want to be family, I can do it. It's a process because I got to learn how, but you can do it.
It is tough, Scott. He still sometimes has a tough time with it, but
I do. I'm a quiet, the funny thing is I come on here and I talk a bunch of shit and I'm loud and whatever. I'm actually a really quiet person. And I teach college, and for 40 or 50 minutes or an hour and a half, I can be a game show host. I'm up there and I'm doing it and I'm great. But afterwards, I need half an hour or 40 minutes of really quiet, focused time, or I just am not good.
And me,
so really what I am,
I don't have a problem with
no,
it.
She's an extrovert and I'm actually a really powerful introvert.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I can't be social, and it doesn't mean that I don't know how. I'm good at it, pretty good at it.
Thank you, Ron. That's very sweet.
But I need time afterwards to recover. And she, because she's an open and understanding human being, figured that out, that I wasn't just running off to be a dick and I wasn't trying to get, I just, after family stuff, we get in the car and I'm quiet for a while. Yeah. And it's not because I'm mad and it's not because I'm anything. I'm just coping. Right. And it's cool. So when I show another weird knife, Chris, not Luthi, but over at Cerberus Knives sent this along.
Love that thing. You got to hold it higher when you do that.
This is the EXO from Riyadh.
It's stupid fun.
Yeah, this is just weird and cool. The
Right?
lighting sucks. We got to do something about the lighting.
Well, we need to move the mirror. It'll go away though because we're gonna have Christmas stuff up here pretty quick.
No, we have Christmas stuff.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah,
it's my halo because I'm an angel.
Kinda.
Sometimes.
These are kind of expensive, and you've seen. I know Emler's got one, and these have been kind of all over the place, but it's just a fun knife. And I want to thank Chris over at Cerberus Knives for sending this along, and he sent the little Arian.
No.
Which is here somewhere.
I don't know where it is.
And he sent along this. Chris Luthi is somewhere being very sad right now because he wants one of these hella bad.
And guess what, Chris? We've got one here.
Yeah. And he sent along a brown. Look at this. This is fantastic. There are furry. I know. Switching over to knives after that serious conversation, but this is my therapy. This is what I do when I need to feel better. I play with knives, and these are some knives that are worth playing with. This is the Brown Exponent. This thing is, it's so good.
I got it, Brian. I did get it, so I can get your package together. Thank you. He sent us his address.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Brian, we're going to throw something extra in there for you.
Yeah, it's the holidays.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
That's right.
So there are reviews.
Chris wants the SOCOM.
I know. Chris wants the SOCOM. This thing is... Okay,
so
who can guess what my problem with this knife is? The reason I don't have a SOCOM. Let's see what people say.
Who knows?
Is there a tissue? The tissues are somewhere. Excuse me.
tissue. Give me a tissue. Let's see.
You want me to respond?
Matisfaction says not deep carry. Matt Harvey says clip. Charles says the clip.
Yeah, you guys 100%. Tip, really?
Yeah.
Look, I know it's tactical, and I know it's supposed to be that way, and I've heard it all, and I don't care. I don't like pulling a knife out of my pocket,
Thanks for coming
having
in.
to adjust my hand, and then being able to open it. It just irritates me every time, and so I will not own a tip down knife.
Well, Chris, how can you bring it out if it's in my pocket?
I'll bring it out on Monday. This, tip up, right? Pull it out, open it. Every time. Smooth, simple, easy. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Odd clip. It is kind of an odd clip, isn't it?
It is. I was hoping when they did the Reich version of this that they were going to swap the clip, or did they? I can't remember. Does anybody know? Is it the same, or did they change the clip for the Reich made one of these? I don't know. I better bring that tomorrow. Okay.
No,
okay.
that's what I said. You can't bring it
No,
in.
I'm gonna.
It's in my pocket.
I'm gonna bring it. He's making
gonna
sheaths.
be in my pocket.
He's making sheaths for me. I have to.
He's not making sheaths for me.
He has though.
But he's not making more now.
But he has though.
But he's not making more now. Do you see who's gonna win?
You're gonna win, which is why
right.
you don't mean it. Don't be mean.
Maybe.
No, don't be mean. Tip up.
I'm not a fan of tip down either. I mean tip up.
Where's Shane when we need him? He's
right?
here. We need Shane Gables to come on here and argue for tip up or tip
Chris
down.
said you didn't ask.
That's true, by the way.
If it isn't scout carry, it feels wrong. That's what I think. It's the mirror behind us. We decided last time was messing up
the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you change the clip?
No.
No, it's
There's no. I mean, you could put something else up here, but there's no spot for it down below. And this just holds in the liner lock.
Scott says tip down's good for chest rigs and coat pockets.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if I was going to wear it manly up here, but then you still have to adjust your grip before opening the knife. Yeah,
because see, I would put it here.
Now it's touched boobies. It's worth even more.
Chris, it's touched my boobs. But see, still, and then if you pull it out, no.
I can't see anything.
I don't like it.
There's Shane.
The way.
Hey,
Shane.
It's like we called you out, man.
You must have heard us.
You must have heard it.
Super busy.
Look what I've got. I've got a tip down knife. We were thinking about you and how wrong you are.
Just for you.
Just, the shame about this is that in every other way, this thing is just all sorts of badass. It's comfortable. It's cool looking. It's sharp. It's good colors, right? I just won't own one because I can't do that. I'd rather have no clip, like on these two weird things. I suppose I could just take the
Shane said that the tip down was good enough for Dad. It's good enough for me.
No, we've evolved. We've moved forward. We've advanced. Okay, some of us have. Not me. I'm a heathen. All right, let's see. What are we doing over here?
That's pretty funny because when we got married, when we got married, the song that Peter and his guys came into was Heathens. And the song that my girls came into was Katy Perry's Dark Horse.
Right.
So we didn't have your traditional music. We had.
No, it was rad.
It was so awesome.
We came up to the line. I grabbed all my friends and we moved up to the line to All My Friends Are Heathens, which accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all my girls went to Dark Horse because, Peter had no clue what he was getting into.
That's true. Saved me.
Oh, Brian says he's not sure what he prefers.
If I blink 4 times, I need help. Blink.
I still carry my PM2s tip down. They fit in the tail of knives clip organizer better. Well, see, now remove clip, add lanyards. See, now I'm not huge on the lanyards. I have a ton of lanyards.
By the way, this thing is just a monster blade. Look at that.
I know, it really is.
Don't pry with your knives, but if you had to, this would probably do a good job of it. Let's talk about the Craig Brown Exponent.
My knife was a tip up Spyderco Enduro Gen 1.
Yeah, look, I've had them. For me, it really is a use and comfort thing. I don't like like I said, I don't like pulling it out of the pocket and then adjusting my hand to make it work. This is the most natural thing in the world to me now. So for me, it really is just a preference thing. If you like
That's awesome, Jason.
Tip down, Carrie. Well, I am a therapist. We can talk about it.
Jason said that his wife walked down the aisle to the piano version of Where's My Mind by the Pixies.
Nice. See? It always amazes me that people spend all this time and energy on weddings, all of this thought, and then they march up the aisle to some traditional wedding song that they didn't have to think about at all.
If you guys don't know Katy Perry's Dark Horse, it's so fitting for us. You guys have to go listen to that. And Heathens.
Right. It's just your moment, right? So make it your own. Now, we did have some other plans. Originally, I was going to go up and stand there by myself and no one was going to join me. And then I was going to look at the DJ and say, play the song. And then they were going to get up and come over. But man, I'll tell you, by the time the wedding actually happened, we were all so stressed out, wired out, and just that we just did the thing.
Are new Off the Grid knives coming?
The guys at Off Grid,
he hasn't said.
Yeah, I mean, there are some new things in the pipeline, but mostly a lot of what they've been doing is remaking existing knives in fancier ways. And I have those, and I've reviewed those. I'll reach out and see if they want to, send me something along to check out.
Yeah.
But I'm not, if it's my own money, I've already spent my money on that knife. So I'll have to go back and see.
We need to do a knife sale because we're running out of knives.
I don't want to sell anything.
I need to do a knife sale.
So
I have a bunch of knives that I can sell.
We should do a knife sale video.
We should. Would you guys like to see a knife sale video?
Would you guys want us to do not live, but just, Sorry,
yes, Dirk. Yes. We are live again.
You missed the beginning, man. It was free therapy. It's what I do.
Hey, Pocket Metal. Hello.
What's up, Pocket Metal? Forrest. Hey, Forrest, I meant to ask, you sent something to Christine. That's what you asked on Zach's Live, but I don't know anything about it. So you should.
When did you send it?
Chris has got some for sale. So anyway, the question is, should we each do a for sale video, or should I just do what I always do and go on Reddit and Facebook and just sell my junk? Like, what do you guys think? Knife sale after I get a job. Yeah, I have to do a knife sale because my job isn't paying enough. Believe me, we understand. Knife sale is always good. All right, we'll try it out.
And I a lot of the stuff I'm selling too, I've got a lot of budget stuff, you guys. So
yeah, but she's got some
well, I've got
Tucson's.
I do. I also have that Spyderco PM2 satin blade with the Arctic Storm scales.
I should sell Cerberus knives. I'm just kidding. And for sale right now. I'm just kidding. It's jokes. It's just jokes.
Do the video.
Do the video. All right, we'll do it. It'll come up in the next week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do it and I'll put the prices down in the description.
That? Hush up, Dirk.
Listen, Dirk. What is budget? What's good on the table is budget. I'll show you some of those.
The Sativians that we just looked at. Those were good.
The petrified fish is my favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, this qualifies. It's $100. This is the QSP Penguin in S35 VN and carbon fiber.
Penguin.
For $100?
That's a great
This
knife.
is a spectacular little pocket knife.
Is that the red one? Is that mine?
No, it's mine.
Oh.
It's just CF.
Okay.
But if you want really budget stuff, I mean, these are $26.
Budget? What's that?
Come on. $26. This is a great pocket knife.
It really is.
Somebody mentioned that the other day because my personal collection has gotten not Dirk Warning expensive,
hoity-toity,
but a little hoity-toity. It has, and they said you don't even like the budget stuff anymore, and that's wrong. I love $26 for this much knife. This is fantastic. I just have other things that I carry, but it doesn't mean that my love for stuff like this has diminished at all. This thing is fantastic. Egg says he's got one of these penguins. So it is. You got to like this blade shape. What do they call this? It's kind of a worn, cliffy, sheep's footy, lamb's. I don't know. This thing. The American ABKT Grunt, $22 and tons of fun. You're not wrong. What is that? American Buffalo Knife and Tool? Is that it? What is ABKT?
ABKT
American Buffalo Knife and Tool. Yeah. I got a couple of those. They're great. I got one, and there was where is that Satin, the ST 116?
I forgot what it's called. So
it's wrapped up in the case. You mean the big one? If Women Carry Knives will come and be entertaining, I'll see if I can go find it. You got to do something.
I was gonna call Ryan back.
Oh, she's got it. I'm sorry. I have it. It's
Hang
in a knife roll somewhere.
I forgot to call.
I got to put my glasses on because now I got to read these. Kershaw, I've got a roll of my 4 favorite Kershaws that I'll never get rid of just because they're great knives. You know, I mean, if everything as ZT could be, if ZT wanted to make a knife for a little less money, you know, and they're an S30V and they're fantastic. What else? I'm sorry. I have to pull a John and lean over and read what's going on. Sometimes over on Grapefruit Panda, you go and join his live, and it's 15 minutes of silence as he does this. And either looks for something or reads the comments, which is great. He should totally read the comments. But if you come in at that moment, you're just like, what's happening? The SRM. No. So during COVID, as you guys know, I've said this many times in the lives and other videos, in order to keep the channel going, I had to trade off and sell a shitload of knives. And a lot of the budget stuff went. I have a friend of mine who sells knives at like knife shows and gun shows, and he's got a table. And so he was in a position to take like stacks of budget knives and trade back other knives so that I could keep doing content. So I had 3 or 4 rolls of SRM and Ganzo and stuff, and I have almost none of it now because I had to make a decision of what was going to go or not. Smith & Wesson is good enough for me. Chris Luthi, I'm going to give you 300-second timeout. You take that back. He's saying that because when we used to hang out and go camping a lot, when we were in a position to do that, I had a whole bunch of, I still have the Harns Warrior, Matt. It's in a roll in there. I had a bunch of Smith & Wesson Big 5 knives. I would go to Big 5 and I would spend, $20, $19 on a knife, and I would carry it camping, and I'd be super happy with it. And then it would fall apart and I would go spend another $20. And that went on for years. I had a collection of slightly better than full-on gas station knives. I didn't know any better, right? It just wasn't the way of it. We spent our money on other things, which we will not talk about in this chat because YouTube hates it. But that about 5 or 6 years ago, I picked up my first ZT. I picked up the 0350 6 years ago now. And that changed everything. Like I opened that, I spent my first expensive knife. I spent $150 on it back then. 130, I think, is what it was back then. And and even after that, I was spending $50 or $60, 40, 50, $60 on knives. And I was like, I think I mentioned this. I stood in my knife shop 3.5 years ago and passionately argued that you get all the knife in the world that you need for $30. And here's the thing. I'm still not wrong. You can get all the knife you need for $30. However, you can get a lot more knife for $300. I mean, it's just, where do you want to put your money and what do you want it to look like? This is so good. This is the DPX Hest. This is the F series. This is the full Nylox. Now they're selling knives in M390 and other stuff now, and I don't get, for life, I don't understand why. I love this Nylox steel.
Oops.
She's rocking the camera.
I'm rocking it.
I'm not wrong. You can get so much knife. Well, not on this. You get so much knife for $30. And now more than ever, here's the funny thing. If you go back just 5 years, a $30 knife was a straight piece of shit. It just was. Now, for $30, you can get an astonishing knife that's going to last you forever. That wasn't the case when I was in my 20s and 30s. It really wasn't. A $30 knife was a complete piece of crap. That's changed. So things have changed.
Sorry.
But, knives are personal. I enjoy, $100 knives and $30 knives. But I really like titanium and high-end steel.
Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me?
We did.
Ah, here I am.
I was just holding space.
Michael Morgan, $300 is my limit. Even though I can afford budget stuff, I do appreciate all the higher end stuff.
You know, it's funny. We were teasing Bees the other day in the chat because Bees really likes budget knives, and I love them too. But I was talking about drawing him over to the dark side because you want to talk about the phrase slippery slope. Knives are it.
Yeah.
Once you decide that you're willing to eat that part of the law of diminishing returns, like once you decide that, yes, you can get for $250, you can get an amazing titanium and good steel knife. But man, that one guy that makes that thing and they charge an extra $200 and the materials are all the same, but you're paying it because it's that guy and that knife. Once you've made that choice for any reason, and it can be that extra $50 or that extra $70, it's over. It's just over.
Like Morgan, I have to or I'll starve. Brian can't spend more than 70 on a knife.
Good.
Grumpy grunt stuck at 250 and feel dirty if I get anywhere near that.
Look, and don't. Here's the thing. And really,
yeah, you don't have
to.
Oh my God, Rockstead. I would love a Rockstead knife.
Would you?
I really would.
Oh my God, I spending $1,500 for ZDP 189.
I know, but they're so.
My first
pretty.
Custom knife was, what was it? My first custom was probably my Gavco Mako that I don't have anymore.
Thanks, Marcos.
My second custom was my Hoback, the A10, the A10, the Hoback.
Yeah.
And now I've got a couple of custom alien knives. I'm not really a custom guy. I love to play with them, and I love like younger makers that are making custom stuff. I love to participate, but factory knives are astonishing right now. Like you can get so much knife, you know.
Sorry, that thing.
That's okay. Dirk has a full custom Red Horse Hellraiser right now.
Satisfaction wants to see our alien knives. You have to go find mine. Good luck.
I don't know where yours is at all.
If you guys could see my knives right now, I have a giant mess. Mini Slim. No, I have the Berg Blades Iron Pup, but I do not have a Mini Slim. That would be really cool. I would like to have one of those. We actually have, he did a custom red MIDI for me, the DX2. And then he did do the custom. That's actually when I had surgery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did do another custom one for us. And that was really cool too. I don't know if he can find them.
I don't know where yours are.
I know because mine's in a roll somewhere. I really need to go through all my knives, you guys. I've got an absolute mess in there. But that's kind of the point of my whole having a sale is if I can go through all my knives, I would absolutely take the time to do that pretty quick here and then get a video out of what I have for sale. Brian has a Civivi Elementum with wood scales on me, but I won't use it because I don't want to hurt it. See, and that's okay too. I mean, some people do use their knives. Some people don't. You know, some people just collect them. I have a couple that I do not use.
Well, okay. I've got five custom fixed blades. Does that count?
I have
5 custom fixed blades. You have 4.
I have more than 4.
I have a ton of custom fixies. I like custom fixed blades.
Hey, Winchester.
So I've got the YF23 from Alien Knives. This thing is cool. The only flaw with this, and he knew it when he sent it out, is that the clip is made out of aluminum and it bends because he didn't have the ability to mill titanium yet.
Yeah.
But look at that blade. That's just cool.
Satisfaction says, I really like the look of the Alien knives. Just got my first one last week, the Production MIDI DX2. I love that knife.
I didn't grab the full DX2. The full DX2 is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But he made the custom
mini
DX2s. We both have one.
Mine's purple.
Hers is purple.
It might have been in the drawer.
No, this thing is awesome.
When I first got that one in hand, I fell in love with it. I love that knife. And then Winchester. Moment of silence for Winchester. Okay.
And we're back.
Winchester says, if dating the ladies, I'm going to look over here. If dating the ladies with custom parts is considered buying custom, then I'm your guy. That's how I roll. Psych, custom or not, I've got no game. Aw. Oh, that's sad, Winchester.
This is, so Davos over at Alien Knives, Luis, this is just cool stuff, man. I love this thing.
See, and Jason, some people, I agree, you know, Ding it up, put some marks on it. It makes it, does give it character. But some people don't want to do that, and that's what's hard. So,
This thing is fun. I love this little YF-23. This is a fun knife. Plus, it's so stabby. This thing is awesome.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm caught up. Do you still have your 0350?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. In fact, I have two. I have one in titanium.
You should take my necker out so Chris can see that one. The one that I got at Blade West. He has not seen it yet. That one is on the dresser.
Okay, I have to leave again.
No, I just meant take it out with you Monday when you go see him because he hasn't seen it. Marcos is telling Winchester he does have game. Do you have any half-breed blades?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I bought that Northwoods and immediately thought about what that 150 could do for my wife and daughter. Yeah, that's hard sometimes. I hear you, Jason. It's, sometimes it's hard when you pay a lot for a knife and that it could go towards something else. We tend to do a lot of trading. So we'll trade a lot of knives so that we can up to the next level. Or we have a friend that, we do a lot of selling of knives too also.
So somebody asked about the 350. So mine both look different now. So this is the original 350 that I had because I'm a Gibbs fan. And it lived in stock scales for the longest time. I put a deep care clip on it after I started getting more into knives. But then I found these tie scales over on SNPW. And so I put full tie on this one. And then the other one, because I love my 0300, I went and found VZ grip scales that turned the 350 really finally into a fully mini 300. They're contoured and textured. So I made them both a little different, but I will never not have this knife in one form or another. This is Genesis for me for knife collecting.
Come here.
These are awesome. They really are.
Don't feel bad about treating yourself to something nice.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about customs.
So you're not doing it all the time, right?
Right.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. The puppy came up here. A man with a conscience. Get that buyer's remorse too. I have too. But, like I said, sometimes we can sell the knife to a friend of ours, and sometimes we trade a bunch of knives. So.
Yeah, I've done it. This is a custom that I'll never sell. I got this from Jimmy Slash. I bought it from him this is the Hoback A.T.E. You got to love this knife because here's the thing: if you don't love it, you're going to hate it. Let's get that down where you can see it. It's S90V. It's funky.
There you are.
For sure, but I dig this thing. And this is an old Hoback, but I won't get rid of this one. I did actually trade. I traded the Mako. I had a Gavco Mako that was full custom, and it really wasn't a comfortable carry for me. It was too thin. It was a nice knife, but it was too thin. And what I traded it for was cash and this. I guess would you call this a mid-tech? I mean, it's production, but it's small batch. I don't know. I love this crazy thing, but I'd rather put my money into stuff like this.
I'm sorry, the dog is here.
I know she's being super sweet.
Yeah. Michael, what is this conscience you speak of, and where do I find one?
You can buy them on Amazon.
Right.
They come in a 4-pack. Various colors of conscience.
When talking to folks, I always tell them
never
hurt your family with your hobby. Then it's an addiction.
Or don't have a family. Just have your hobby.
Now, that's not right.
Why not? Make that choice.
Well, that's true. You don't have to have a family. But if you already have a family.
Well, if you already have a family, then don't screw them over in the interest of buying toys.
Or just find yourself a sugar mama.
Can we have one?
Or a sugar daddy.
Can we get one of each?
I would, sure.
Yeah. One for you, one for me. Sugars.
I'll take a sugar daddy.
I'll take a sugar mommy.
All right.
All right.
We'll go find him.
Oh, those old club days come screaming back, don't they?
I just started collecting knives, so I'm sure I will be spending big money on higher end blades later. You might, Brian. You might.
Is Dirk still here or did he go away? Every time somebody mentions
Dirk says, yep, being single works for my hobbies. You're not
Yeah.
technically single though, Dirk.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you kind of are, but
Being single-ish.
Single-ish.
No, we're not doing that.
Unless your hobby is dodgeball.
Thanks, Lola. That's great.
Pocket metal. F it all. Buy more knives.
Sometimes.
We have never had a Spyderco police.
Well, no.
No. Dirk says, shh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait, Dirk, I'm on the phone with her right now.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep. Oh,
wait, there she is. Let me just, hello? Hi. Oh, my God. You wouldn't believe what Dirk is saying.
Knives are like anything else. I guess knives are like even what we rolled into this whole conversation with. Do what you like.
Yeah.
And don't let other people tell you what's what. So it recently came up again, and I know Shane's watching that there are some companies that are producing high-end knives in expensive steels that aren't actually worth it because the heat treat kind of sucks. We know. And yet, because it's a collector's thing, like for instance, if you buy a custom knife,
you can't
like
tether them by yourself.
I will never know how well Jake Hoback did the heat treat on this knife because I'm never going to put it to that much of a test. It's a collector's piece. To me, it's the package, right? Really nice steel, cool looking knife, all titanium, handmade. That's enough for me. I'm not if I want a knife that I'm going to take out and beat the crap out of. That's what factory knives.
Louie's got some sugar for me.
Nice. Talking to her on the phone is $500 a minute. Video chatting with her is $5,000 a minute.
What about a date?
That's $50,000 an hour.
Okay. And
I get 70%. That's funny.
Knives are fine.
I'm $50 an hour, or because no one wants to hang out. I get it. I'm about to be single,
and my daughter is grown. Left now, I'm never getting married again. Lesson learned.
I was married once before, and I said that very thing, and then so
I was never married, and I vowed that I was engaged twice, but I broke it off, and then I was never married.
Right.
And I met him, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't want to date. I'm so happy just being single. I'm good. This guy's persistent. Absolutely persistent.
You have to be. You find something that's worth going after. You got to go after.
Where do I send payment to?
That's funny. Not for sale. Sorry.
You can send it right down there in the super chat.
That's right. Oh, a $50,000 super chat.
That'd be cool.
Holy shit.
Right?
Which Sativian is best? What a great question. I will show you my favorite.
Pocket Metal wants to know where you want to go.
I'm a fan of Thai food, and I like heavy metal. So if you want to take me out to a concert and out to Thai food, I'm your guy. My favorite Sativian is this one. It's the ST-110.
Hey, Rusty Cleaver, how are you?
This is by far my favorite of all the ones that I've had so far.
Did I sleep?
I like axis locks, and this is one. The action on this is fantastic. The knife is super comfortable. It's a good carry. $26.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of have a thing when it comes to these budget knives. Where did that?
Oh, you got a date. Pocket Metal said yes and yes.
Sweet.
Is there a discount for taking you both out at the same time? 20% off. Yes. We'll give you 20%.
Off hers.
Not off mine. Off yours.
I'm free. If you take us both, you just get me in the mix because I'm like that door prize that nobody wants.
Aww.
Okay, seriously, get one of these. If you want a good Sativian, get one of these. Now, if Bees was here and he's not, he's got all of them at this point, I think, so he can give you better. But this is the one that I like the best by far.
Oh, Forrest almost has 20 years.
Oh, Lou, you asked this in the last live, Louis. I'm sorry. This is on Niche Design's website.
I'll go find it. I'll post you the link.
$24, I think. But be aware, they run a little small, a little bit. And they've got like basically a scoop neck. This is you're used to a t-shirt being up here. This is not stretched. This is how they come. So be comfortable with your shoulders.
Is it niche? N-I-C-H-E?
N-I-T-C-H. Niche. There it is.
Okay, I'm going to post the link for you, Mr. Louie.
Very cool. Dark Gravity has been with the same woman for 29 years, married for 25. Dude, that's awesome.
Why is it not pasting? Copy and paste. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go, Louie. There's where you can get the shirt. I couldn't think of the word.
You know, Brian, it's
Got
interesting.
An affiliate
So,
link. Martin, affiliate link for what?
For niche, maybe?
Not for niche. We don't know.
No, not a sponsor. I just like their. I really.
Oh my God, you guys! Sorry, I just became a
these knives.
I just got an affiliate link and I just got a code for Blackbeard fire starters. So you guys are going to see some really cool videos coming up for Blackbeard fire starters. They are so awesome. And for those of you that don't know, there is going to be a 24-hour live knives live.
There's
knife rights.
There's
going to be several of us that are going to be doing lives. We all have some 1 hour, some 2 hours.
Yeah.
Some will have guests. I actually
no, don't say it yet.
I'm actually going to have somebody, barring any unforeseen circumstances.
Don't do this. Don't watch.
But it's going to be awesome. So it's going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern on December 3rd, and it'll run through 6 p.m. Eastern on December 4th. I also have one for so Blackbeard. If you go there, you're going to get a discount code. Look on my page. I'd have to look it up, but you have a discount code there if you guys like the fire starters. Great price on them. They're super fun. Like I said, we're going to do some fire videos. But check that out. And all my affiliate links are down on my videos.
So Brian Cooper said that I'm a lucky man. Having a woman that loves knives as much as you is every man's dream. It is. It's also expensive. When it was just my hobby, it was sort of expensive. Now that we're both in it, we're just both broke full time.
Right.
On the and I can't buy I can't bring something like this in and go, oh, this was $100 because she knows better. You can't. You got to be straight.
Yep.
You got to be straight now. This is a $450 knife. I traded for it. I walked away and she went, well, you could have sold that knife and we could have used the money. And I was like, I know, but I wanted this other knife. So you have to be straight. Having someone in your life that shares your hobbies is amazing. But
don't lie.
Yeah, it changes the dynamic a little bit. You can't be like, oh, no, I've had that knife for years.
No.
Because she knows my collection at this point.
Yeah.
So it's the way it works.
Where'd that box come from?
Right? Now, the fun part is I get to say the same thing. Where did this come from?
Uh-huh.
If you guys ever get a chance to come to one of the Blade shows, Blade East, Blade West, California Custom Knife Show, stuff like that, you will get a kick out of how different we are because we both enjoy the hobby in such different ways. I'm
awesome,
out
Grumpy Grunt,
staring at knives, and she has a group of people around her that sort of move around the room. She's just a social monster.
Hey, bud.
What's up, man? Our boy has returned from the out there's.
Stop giving away man secrets.
She knows.
You can't get away with it.
What's up, Dion? Welcome.
Yeah, we're going to be at Blade East. So whoever's going to Blade East this year, come find us.
Brian says, oh, I didn't think about that. Right? It's, yeah, there was a time when I could have said, oh, I've only got, a few $1,000s wrapped up in knives. She knows what a Chris Reeve is.
Not all for you, but look in the bag.
It is a lot.
Sorry, we went to the flea market today.
I'm gonna go show him what's his.
We went. Chris says, mine doesn't, so shut up.
Right.
Yeah, but Chris, I'm friends with your wife, so it doesn't matter. She can ask me. I'll tell her. Hey, Anthony, what's up? What is up? Yeah, you guys, we went to San Jose Flea Market, and they have just some of the best things. And my son, there's some things that he absolutely loves. So we picked up a bunch of stuff today. So Peter's now showing him what all we got.
This is for all of us.
My wife figured out watches. When are you ever going to scuba dive? 300. No, they didn't. I opened them.
Oh.
They're good, huh? Egg said Peter and Christine are hardly together at Blade shows. Peter's usually looking for Christine, like myself looking for Katie. Well, to be fair, Eggs, Katie and I were hanging out a lot at Blade West, and that was a blast. She's hilarious. I love her. But yeah, Blade East, we're going to be there. For any of you going to SHOT Show, come visit me. I'm actually working at Leon Ma's booth this year. So come visit me. Peter cannot join me this year. Maybe he can. We're not sure, but you know, that'll be a blast too. All right, David. Thank you so much for coming, hon. Chris Luthi, don't you dare.
We've actually broke one.
I am going to bribe you, Chris. I'm just kidding. I got my lady to collect firearms. I need a second top. Oh, see, now we have a nice collection of firearms too. But I also like guns too. So that helps too. Dirk says, I roam around solo at the shows. I'm pretty low key and no one wants to hang out with me anyway. I would hang out with you, Dirk.
Is that what Dirk says?
Yeah.
Mr. Dirk, it's not our fault that it is our fault that we missed you at California Custom Knife Show because we didn't know we were going until we just went. But we'll hang out. Dude, hang out.
Awesome, Forrest.
Dirk, actually, you'll like hanging out with me because I talk to everybody, but in short, brief moments because my ADHD is in full effect at knife shows.
I'm the one behind the booth working with everybody.
Right. She worked every table at Blade West.
That was fun.
People kept saying, do you work here too? It was really funny.
Yeah. I know. Or they'd be like, weren't you just at the other booth?
Right.
I'm like, uh-huh.
Baby girl. Forrest is going to Blade East next year.
Yeah, you guys hit us up on Instagram, whatever. I mean, get a hold of us. We're up for meeting people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it. I know some people that are very, oh, I'm a YouTuber. No, I'm a fucking person. Come see me.
I'm a doofus that happened to start a channel. There's nothing about me that's special. We just do this because it's fun. You know, that's an interesting conversation. There are people, I have no interest in being celebrity. None. This is an opportunity to hang out and just be stupid and to share knives. That's the only thing I care about. I don't want to be famous.
Brian, Blade Show East is in Georgia every year.
Any of that stuff.
At the Cobb Galleria.
Except your wife.
Except your wife.
Well, things I don't want to share. It's true. But I do. I share with you.
He just said I could make what? 50 grand?
It's true.
Per hour? That's just for date, though. That's like, you know. Shh. It's a secret. Pocket Metal said that's not what I heard. Shh, Pocket Metal, don't tell him.
Right. No, that's between you and me, Pocket Metal. That's us. That's the whole thing.
Chris Luthi, oh, you're special, all right.
Yay. Yes, true story.
You see what was in the bag?
Yeah.
How do you make your child happy? You buy him dragon fruit and mangoes?
That's true.
And
habanero mangoes.
And what was the other thing?
Habanero mango.
The pinwheels.
Oh, yeah, and the pinwheels.
Yeah. I don't know what they're called.
We went to the San Jose flea market today. It's an enormous flea market in a city. It's about a half hour away from us. And they have the best fruits and vegetables anywhere in this part of California.
And the most god-awful knives.
And oh my God, every booth has the same 50 wish level. Oh my God, they're terrible. It was fun to check them out and make fun of it. I wish that Nick Shabazz was still doing his Terrible Gear live videos because I would have spent $20 and sent him 10 knives. These things were terrible. What's in the box?
Eggs and ham. We plan. Yeah, you and Katie are supposed to be going, aren't you, Eggs?
Brian Cooper, are you a California kid?
Yeah, where do you live, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell us, but if you're Southern California, you
can
can say
dragon fruit to eat unless they will be home the rest of the day.
Nah.
I've never given you the poops.
Ryan is our boy is strong of stomach, and plus he's been eating them his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
We had crickets.
Oh, the crickets were super good.
Yeah, we ate crickets.
I should have gotten you some of those.
Right?
I told you. Check this out, you guys. Is this not? Look at this. For those of you that know what dragon fruit is or eat them.
That's not really a dragon fruit.
Oh
That's
my God.
An egg from her planet. She's an alien.
I am an alien. That's going to be so good. You have to open it when I'm home. Okay, wait. What did Brian say? Still a long way away from me.
Yeah, but he didn't. I think he was talking about. I don't know if he's talking about Blade West or.
Oh, he's in Ohio.
Oh, okay. Just mortgaged my house. When can I come get Christine? Direct message me. We'll set up the payment arrangements and we'll talk about it. We won't. I'm so selfish.
What are they?
How much was dragon fruit? It was $10 a pound.
And that one is 1.5 pounds. It was actually $14. But come here.
We had habanero covered crickets and they were crunchy right up until I got to one of the abdomens and that looked chewy and I passed. Ugh.
But this is my awesome son, and a $14 dragon fruit is worth it because he is a great kid. He loves his mama, huh? Mwah. You're a good boy. He's not a boy. He's a man. He's 5'10".
Yeah, he's all 18 now. He's all.
Oh, hey, Lacey. Love how flea market vendors have the awful gas station knives and try to convince you. They do. They're all like, ask $50 for $3. They do. They're like, oh, this one's really good. I'm like, it's an M-Tech.
M-Tech was the best knife on the table.
Yeah.
There were, and S-Tech, which is like M-Tech's slightly less expensive cousin, I guess.
Go figure. Christine's body snatcher pod is all fancy.
The rest of them were they had, oh my God, they had all the Batwing knives, like they look like the Batman logo, and you can flip them out both sides. They had knives that looked like switchblades, but they were assisted, but they still didn't work. That was my favorite. When you open an assisted knife and it goes,
somebody I talked to, he says, hi, awesome son.
Hello. Who? Master Ninja?
Napster Ninja.
Hello, Napster Ninja.
Actually, we're going to meet him someday because he's not far from us. Napster,
Right.
We're going to get together one of these days.
He does. He has a knife that he carries on the regular. A couple of them, in fact. I mean, how could he not? I'm here.
He's got tons of knives.
Two.
What are you carrying today?
I have like 3 in my car.
Oh, they're in his car right now.
Oh, he can't carry him at work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I probably like.
Yeah, you might. I know nothing. 10 miles from Dayton Forest. Do you two get the escamochas? They are the
Agua and the agua frescas. No, not today.
Yeah.
Today we had some just spectacular tacos, because of course, and then we tried a whole bunch of new fruit, interesting fruit, and all of the like spiced dried
Marcos
fruit.
would know what they were.
I'm
going to ask him because I can never remember. Lacey.
Don't talk about M-Tech. You'll summon the wrath of Hollywood. Lacey
says I had a dude try to sell me a beat up baby Knox for $20 and say they're 50 brand new.
Oh yeah, I love stuff like that. Now here's the thing, and you got to remember that works. Us in this group, in this chat, we know. Come on, like we know better. What I love is when somebody tries to talk to me about knives and I'm wearing this shirt and they don't know what any of this means. Then you don't know. That's okay. Like, you don't have to know. If you know, I mean, some people have owned knives their whole lives that have never asked what the blades are made of. Sometimes I wish that was still me because it was easier. But you go to those. I started with M-Tech knives. Yeah, don't be ashamed. I've got a Smith. As Luthi mentioned a little while ago, man, I had a collection of Smith & Wessons.
I still have one. I just had to keep it.
Right?
It's terrible.
It is terrible, but you know what it'll do if you open it up? It'll cut shit.
I mean, come on. I've got a Shadow Ranger.
Right. Shadow Rangers. Where's my Shadow Ranger? It's around somewhere.
Okay. Let's see if I show this picture. Do you know what these little fruits are, Marcos? I can't remember what they're called, but they're little fruits and they're like in juice.
And they're delicious. You didn't get the spicy ones.
They didn't. Oh, they did have spicy ones.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, but they're just little tiny fruits. See this? And they're really good. They have a pit in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, we should have gotten a bunch of these and met up with Marcos. Mm-hmm. You know me. I'm always eating. No, it's not a kumquat. It starts with an N, but I couldn't remember what he said. Oh, Napster got the Kaiser Tie Roach. That's a good knife. I like that one.
So
It's not persimmon.
eventually sold my Tie Roach the other day, and I'm super sad that but I did get something cool. So I don't know if you guys heard, but Daryl Ralph of DDR passed away, and that is miserable for his family, and I send them all the empathy in the world. It's what a terrible thing to happen right now particularly. But on the day, it turns out that he passed away, I, thanks to Casey, picked up the Warhammer from the Drop Point Warhammer. So I'll have a piece of his design, and I won't get rid of that. So that's a Kaiser I've got coming in. Interesting knife. Sorry, I just thought it was interesting. But no, the Kaiser Roach is a fantastic, and they're making a whole bunch of more budget-friendly versions. But that Tie Roach is fantastic, and there's a deep carry clip that fits, and I'll try to remember which one it is. I'll see if I can figure it out. But you can actually throw an MXG clip on that thing if you want.
They're not cherimoyas, Marcos. The guy said it started with an N, like a non-day.
You sure those aren't Chamoya?
They're not cherimoya. Cherimoya are bigger.
Oh.
Also, because cherimoya is also known as soursop, isn't it? It started with Milwaukee tool knives, cut once, add by another. Yeah. Yeah, it's not crab apples either. I don't know what it is. It's something that starts with an N. Totally different. Never tried it before. Marco says you're right. So I don't know what it is. It starts with an N. Nonda.
Nundad.
Lacey says, hey, Sabotage, how are you? I don't know. A whole bunch of bullshit. We're just bullshitting. Couple knives. Lacey said, oh, I wanted to say when you said earlier, where did that box come from? Laughing out loud. Knife couples. And where is mine? Well, I've gotten that too. And actually, I've done that to Peter because, yeah, he's had a couple things come in. And I'm like, well, where's mine? I didn't get one. Where's mine? What'd you find there?
Just a giant war spear.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is. Budget badassery right here. $27. It's a war spear. Oh, this thing is amazing. I can't remember which one it is, so I don't really want to talk about it too much.
Marco said, sorry. Why are you saying Marco? Sorry, Marcos.
Because he couldn't, because he didn't know. It's our fault. We should have written it down. Just a couple of silly.
I mean, it's got a big pit in the middle too. I don't know what it is.
A couple of silly white people from California that don't speak Spanish. What do we know? Nanda plum. Nanda plume.
Is it Nanche? Nanda plum.
Could be nanche. That looks too big though. Tiny yellow fruit. No, that's it. Nanche. Or no palm.
Nanche. Yeah, because he did say something about
Shaved ice, flavored syrup.
I don't know.
We have gone off the rails completely.
We are totally off the rails.
Nachos, right? That's nacho cheese.
Nachos.
Okay.
Jason says Nanda plum too.
Hey, what's up, Junior Miz?
What's up, Junior Miz? Have any direware?
I did. I had a direware and I traded it. So here's the thing. I have expensive knives, but there's a point at which I can't forget it's in my pocket to the point where I'm not comfortable carrying it. My limit is about, and this is crazy. I know. Look, I know, but my limit's about $600. I can replace a $600 knife. I couldn't do it right away. I couldn't just run out and get one. Over $600, and it would ruin my whole month, like a series of months, if I lost or damaged that knife. And I just can't forget how much that cost while it's sitting in my pocket. And because I can't afford to replace it, I don't carry it. And if I don't carry it, I don't really want it. So I had a direware. I traded it for something else, and then I traded that something else for something else, and on we go.
On and on and on. It just does never stop.
Right.
It never stops. But you couldn't without asking the CEO.
Yeah, they could. Because I'd sell some of my own stuff and buy another one.
That's right.
You know, there's just a point. Did you sell that?
3-minute ratio yet?
Oh, Dirk.
He recently sold his direware.
Yeah.
600
I wanted to
would
buy
ruin
Dirk's direware. I love
Mr.
that
Month.
thing. That direware came through the channel. I had a chance to play with it. It was fantastic. And I couldn't bring myself to do it.
No, D2, my affiliate link is through SMKW right now. They
Yeah.
did not have a White Mountain knives.
Dude, don't get me wrong. Losing this, if I lost, so what's a $600 knife that I've got? If I lost my XM24, it would ruin my whole fucking month. It would.
Right.
It would. I'd be devastated because I had the money to buy that knife because I sold 2 or 3 other things that I really liked, but I wanted the sheep's foot XM24 really bad. So, and in fact, somebody else bought that and then sent it in for review, and then I bought it from them because I didn't want to let it go. And that's it. That's the top. You know, if I lost that knife, well, I couldn't replace it because they don't make them anymore and they're impossible to find. So there's this balance. But like I said, I'm actually most comfortable with tops, a couple of hundred, maybe $300 in my pocket. Makes me feel good. I like the knives. Chris Reeve is a different story. I don't mind my Amazon. I carry all the time. But
Yes, Jason. Jason got it.
what are they?
It's nonche,
Nonche.
or what's called the Nance fruit.
Nance. What's
Yeah.
up, Nancy? Nance fruit. I like nonche
Oops.
better.
I just closed you out. I'm sorry.
She closed me out.
Whoopsie.
You know, Dirk, I can, like I said, I can forget about the price up to a certain point. And then after that, I can't, I don't live in that world, man. And if I got, look, man, if starting next year I was making 3 times as much money, I'd be comfortable carrying 3 times as much knife. But there's that point, and I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with that. We should all be there. If your price point where you're comfortable is 40 or 50 or 60 or 80 or $100 or $200, live in that space and be comfortable with it. Don't let anybody else tell you got to do anything else, unless you're bees, and then you have to get into more expensive knives. Bees, you have to get into more expensive knives. Oh, sorry, just kidding. He's not even watching right now. I'm just
So
being
Forrest
stupid.
wants to know, he's never handled a hinderer. Are they worth the price?
Yes. The thing about hinderers is here's handle one before you buy one, because they are blocky and they're a little odd and they are a really specific thing, and nobody else makes a hinderer. You can get the ZT0562, which is a version of the XM18, which is in some ways better, for $280. But the XM18 just feels different. And so if you really like it, nothing else will quite. It's a little bit like having a Chris Reeve. If you love that particular knife because you've held one and you know that it's what you want, kind of nothing else will do. On the other hand, if you're just into it because of the materials or the style or whatever, there are other knives that will absolutely do. I know that's vague as hell, but knife collecting is subjective and personal. I can't answer that question. I can say that the hinderers are 2 of the knives that I have that I feel like I could roll over them with my car and still use them without issue. So maybe that'll help.
Louis wants to know, Louis, discount codes. I don't have one from, if you're talking about knives, no. I do have one for Blackbeard, the fire starters. I do have one for Andar wallets. That's what I've got right now. But if you're looking for knife ones, I do not.
Junior S, I've had a couple of Peñas. The problem is they're, for the amount of money, they're too small for me. That's another thing. If I'm going to invest 300 or 350 or $400, I want a knife, right? Something monstrous. Peña is Riot made. They're great knives, but his style is too small for me. Like I'm not into that. Now I do have a small knife that costs as much. Oh, okay, I can't even say that really. I'm just not that. I guess for me, it's the Peña designs. I haven't found one yet that really. I had a Rhino, not the Rhino. Rhino.
I don't remember
Is that what it was?
When it was.
It was just too short in the handle for me.
Yeah.
They're great knives.
Yeah.
But then again, everything Riot makes is a great knife. The only thing I don't like from Riot is Riot knives. I don't like their style, but Riot made OEMs are the best in the business, hands down.
Do you collect fixed blades too?
I do.
You have way more than I do.
I have a stack of fixed blades.
Yeah.
I've got, oh my God.
It's worth it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I got here.
Oh, bring it here.
I got.
So I don't know who knows. I know I'm squirreling and going back to food, but most of you know that dragon fruit is white. But sometimes you can find the red ones. So my son just cut it open. So you know you're going to give me some.
Mm-hmm.
It smells great. Always wanted a front flipper trapper. That would be cool. That would be very cool. David Beggs wants to know, what about the EXO, Peter?
EXO is okay, but it's not for me because I don't want a pocket knife that I can't, it's a little bit like the Roman here. I don't understand, it's cool as a design thing, but I'm not going to carry this thing in its sheath. Like I don't want one of these. It's well made. It's cool. It's also completely illegal in California. 100%. It's a gravity knife, and gravity knives are 100% illegal in California. So carrying this runs the same risk as carrying my Microsoft.
That's what I did last time.
Microtech Stitch And if I'm going to get in trouble for carrying a knife, I'm going to carry the Stitch.
Well, see now,
It's well made. It's great knife.
Louis says, I am into the Spartan Harzy knives right now. I just
Oh,
bought a golden compass.
Yeah, Spartan. I love Spartan knives.
Did you bring me some?
I just don't have any.
Which one's
Again,
that?
it comes down to collecting
Yeah,
knives
I do
is
that.
esoteric and weird. It's only illegal if you get caught.
What?
And you're not wrong. It's why I carry my autos. But
You did?
if I'm going to roll the dice, it's because I'm going to do it for a knife that I really like.
It's called Nonche.
So somebody asked about fixed blades. Just happened to be laying around by the bed because this is the
That's
way it
right,
works.
Dirk. It's only illegal if you get caught.
I've got my dog's head K-bar just floating around. I love this
I
knife.
like that one.
It's a great knife. I've got, just sitting by the bed, I've got my my Guardian, my Bradford. Right. This is a fantastic knife. And then I've got the full custom that I got from Papa Bear Knives. This thing is out of this world. And this light sucks. There it is. Full Damascus, right? This is Mammoth Molar, this piece right here. This is a showpiece. This thing is amazing. And this is
button locks not legal in California.
button locks
are.
The rule is simple. If you can deploy the knife without touching the blade, it gets sketchy. So flipper button locks, completely legal. The Civivi button lock, you get in a fight and that thing comes out, you're going to find yourself in trouble, which is why I thought they were stupid from the beginning. Gravity knives are in the same law pack as autos in California and many states, by the way. Know your state laws. If you want to roll the dice, that's your business. I'm not telling you what to do, but gravity knives are a particular thing. So yeah, I've got a ton of fixed blades. I love them. And it's because I'm a camper and an outdoors person, not nearly as much as I used to be, which makes me very sad, but a good knife is a good knife. Oh, and I've got some, What are you guys doing?
I'm making him give me a bite of his dragon fruit.
Smith and Sons
Don't give
Ox.
me
I have a
one.
problem
You
with
do
the
it.
price for D2. Yeah. I've got a couple of autos that I do carry, and I know I've got autos that I carry too, man. It's not like, look, one of the things about being this, which is a 50-year-old suburban guy in California.
The reds are. D2 was saying that the reds are sweeter. They are. The
That's
whites
good.
don't have as much flavor.
Is I don't worry about getting into a hassle anymore. But Dirk, here's the thing. You get in a fight, even if you don't pull that knife and it falls out of your pocket, you're in trouble.
Yes, Ed Smith. You can own a gravity knife and you can own it out the front. You just can't carry them in California.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
You can carry them in your house.
Right.
Do big stores mail them to us?
No.
Or we have to get them? You're going to have to get them by other means. Normally, you cannot be sold by the big stores. You cannot. You can't get them shipped to you because they won't ship them to California because then that becomes then it becomes their problem. Carry a fixed blade to use as defense. Button lock without flipper tab is just a fidget toy, officer.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to argue with that. And
Yeah,
here's the thing. Now we're back to why we're doing the 24-hour multi-channel live in support of knife rights.
Yes.
Because that organization and whatever else you feel about them and whatever else you feel about any of that organization works pretty diligently and regularly to get rid of these archaic and stupid knife laws. The police that I have spoken to in California will be the first to tell you that they don't give a shit if you're carrying an auto anymore, because in California now, they're worried about people with guns full time. No, we're not going to talk about those in the chat. Don't do it.
Pew-pews. You have to say pew-pews so we don't get blocked.
But my point is that they know where the real danger is. The days of roving gangs getting in knife fights is well and truly over. This isn't the Sharks and the Jets anymore.
So, okay, Dirk, so you've had them shipped to you. To be fair, I can actually have them shipped to me, but it's because I have a dealer's license.
Go ahead and order one off Blade HQ. Tell me what happens.
Yeah, see if they can
They will
ship it
see
to
your
you.
address and they will not send it to you. You have to lie about it. You'll have to tell them that there are ways around it, but the big companies, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, Blade HQ, Knife Works, Knife Center, all of them have got software built into their retail package that if you put in a California address, it says, sorry, you have to be one of these 4 things: retired military, retired police, active duty, active police, or something else, or retailer, or we can't send it to you. And you have to make that choice to select yes. And what that does is that alleviates them of their legal responsibility and makes you more. Anyway,
so Ed says, okay, thanks. Do Blade shows not count for purchase in Cali?
They kind of don't.
Right.
Because it's an in-person sale and everybody kind of avoids the topic.
Matt, the 24-hour live starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time on
The 3rd?
December 3rd and will run through 6 p.m. Eastern time on December 4th. I have a couple autos too and live in California. And actually just watch our Instagram and YouTube because we'll be putting up the little flyer that we have for it.
It goes by soon. It gets you as soon as you put in your zip code. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Look, here's the thing. Knife Rights is working to get rid of all this stupid shit. They're doing their best. It's hard because the laws are entrenched. And how do you convince a suburban mom that your Microtech out the front is the same as, her dad's Buck 110? There's a cultural media thing that's wrapped up in it, and people have a problem with it. But in the end, that Buck 110 is a lot more dangerous because it is. And so it's just stupid.
If you had $300 free cash, what knife would you grab?
Right now, I would go on to OCD for EDC's website and I would buy the Tucson 313.
Yeah.
It's a button lock.
I just had
flipper. She just had
one.
I
had that for.
I don't have $300, and it's $240.
I didn't buy it. It was given to me for my giveaway, for my birthday giveaway. So
That's the knife I would go get right now. If I had $300 loose, I'd go pick up one of those. Or the 0562 tie, which is everything that you would want in a Hinderer for half the price.
Yep. We're actually gonna have to scoot here pretty quick.
Yep, we gotta go.
OCD, should be on right now.
Yep, they're gonna go. Hey guys, I'm not doing a giveaway today. I'm sorry if that's why you were hanging out, but she did one already. You got your wins. Thank you so much for watching and for your patience. And remember, you're not alone this year. You can always reach out to one of these lunatics in the Happy Knife community. You can always find us live. You can always find somebody that will, that want to hang out and talk to you. You guys are astonishing. We love this community. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in whatever way
you celebrate.
You celebrate, and whatever way you need to find to celebrate, it's okay.
Yep.
Enjoy yourselves. Don't let anybody else tell you how you have to do it. Find some peace this year, and we will see you as we probably just after the holiday itself. Hang in there, guys. Thanks for watching.
Have a great one, guys.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.